Hello, good morning, everybody. I'm Chloe, and this is Rise. Oh, there she is. This is Rise and Right. We are being joined today by Sandy.
Good morning. Sorry, I cut out like a really weird part in that sentence there about we were discussing Greek food, I think, and French fries and subs.
At the tail end of the story that I was telling Sandy is we end up going to the restaurant that we wanted to get for dinner last night. We were going to do takeout subs from this place called Capriati's. We get there at 7:15 because we made a little bit of a detour. We would have gotten there probably a little bit shy of 7. We got there at like 7:15. They closed at 7. We had no idea. So we ended up at a place down like at the opposite end of the strip mall they were in. And it was really good. But the sad thing is that we're never going to eat there again because why would we ever be in that area if we weren't going to Capriati's? Yes. So good morning, everybody. Hey, Elizabeth, and hey, CB. Thanks for joining.
Good morning. Whoa, do we have a... Oh, my gosh. Did you see at the bottom the, like, comment thing? Can we choose where we're commenting?
Are you talking about, like, where it says all?
Yes.
So that is because I now have my personal account, my personal YouTube, and also my Twitch attached to it.
Awesome.
So if I'm streaming, we are streaming. Oh, actually, we are streaming on Twitch right now. Sandy, this is Sandy's first time on Twitch. And if you look at everybody's icons, yeah, you see that Kat is viewing us from Twitch right now. It's that little purple icon under her thing. So hello, Kat on Twitch.
Look at you expanding the whole platform. I'm impressed. Good morning to those of you on Twitch who I've never met before because I've never met Twitch before.
Good morning, Courtney, as well.
Yes, also that. So what are you working on this morning, Chloe?
I am doing exactly what I was doing yesterday because I only wrote like 500 more words yesterday. So that is working on the 5th book of the Demon Romance. Hey, Kate, thanks for joining. How about you, Sandy? Did you get done what you were working on yesterday?
I did. At like some crazy time early in the morning. I'm now moving on to converting my book to an e-file or an ebook this morning.
Awesome.
Yeah. It's not an amazing book, and I just need to get this damn thing done. It's got to be project finished.
I put out Verity on like the 19th or the 20th. Verity has been out for over 2 weeks now, and I just realized that I still haven't done the paperback for it.
Oh.
And like, certainly paperback, and this was something that came up in one of my groups the other day. Somebody asked the question, is it bad if I'm an indie author and I don't want to do ebooks? Like, unless you're like a children's book, literally not even middle grade, but children, yeah, that's a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Certainly romance is like the far end of it, but I looked it up and less than 1% of my sales is in paperbacks, and I have my paperbacks very reasonably priced, so I am making almost no royalties off of them.
Yeah.
The paperbacks exist as a courtesy.
Right. Nobody should do that. Don't do that. That's that's unfortunate.
Or, I mean, if you want to make money, don't do it.
If it's for love, totally go for it. Yeah.
I feel like I have to say that more often than I thought I was ever going to when talking about marketing and publishing books.
No, because when you're an author, especially an indie author, you've got like a weird, wicked independent streak, and a lot of things you do are for your own sake. And you're like too stubborn to know that they like somebody's told you it doesn't work, and you're like, no, it's gonna work for me, right? Like in your heart, you believe. I think that's just how we are. I think that's our species. We can't help it.
I always feel like two ways simultaneously about people who ask questions like that, knowing the answer already. Because, like, I get real irritated. Like, why are you being dumb? You already know the answer to this. But also, I feel bad for them because I know that they just want so hard the answer to be the other way. And they're just praying that somebody, anybody is going to be like, oh, people love buying paperbacks now. And like,
Yeah.
people will always say that. Well, people love buying paperbacks, but like, but also I never sell a paperback.
Yeah, people love buying paper books, and yeah,
Yeah.
they love
People
buying
love
paper
buying
books in
paper books, but
stores.
also
No,
people mostly don't buy paper books.
well, not from Amazon. So yeah. Not that we don't. I've bought books. I've done it. I just
I am surrounded by paper books. But also, you know what? I do most of my reading on is absolutely my phone.
yeah.
Let's go ahead and do a sprint. Also, good morning, Brian. Mornings are, in fact, evil. But it's
Productive.
okay. I have something to fight evil.
Oh, nice.
Okay. So we are going to start with a 10-minute sprint. That 14 hours is literally when our last show ended. We're going to go with 10, and then we'll see how we go today. I've got Sandy here, so we might do the 15s instead of the 20s today, but we'll see. But we are absolutely going to start with the 10. It is 8:07 right now, so I will see you guys at 8:17 in the morning in Atlanta. we are back. I did a little bit of writing. I got 76 words. I was mostly eating that Sweet Hut bun because breakfast. And hey, Bren over on the Twitch side of things, thanks for joining. Sandy, what did you say what you're working on today, or did you just tell me what you did yesterday?
Mornings are so hard, right? Yesterday I added my last proofreading from my copy editor changes. Today I'm converting my InDesign document to an EPUB. I am going to be so good at this 10 books from now. But it has gotten easier. I know more. Like you know how sometimes you start to learn a program, you're like, what are these 80 buttons? And then
yes.
So you don't know how to use them. So you don't use them. Then things turn out wrong. So you learn that you've made some mistake, and gradually your mistakes make it so that you're like, oh, I know what that button means now. That's kind of how I'm starting to feel. I know what export tagging is. I can do that. Also, breakfast.
Perfect.
So there's that. Yeah.
I feel like every time I get the hang of a program, I'm then like, oh, look at that new shiny program right there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to be doing the paperback for Verity in Word because that's how the other books in that series are done. And then once that one is done, and I write out my whole guide on how to make a paperback in Word because it is really nightmarish and there aren't a lot of references out there. The moment that is written, I will probably never use Word again because I just got Affinity Publisher.
Oh, and you're going to love that because you're going to have so much more control. Yeah, I would.
It's not even the control. It's that, from what I hear, Affinity Publisher is not possessed by the devil. And Word is. So we did have a bunch of work done, but other people, Elizabeth got 416. That is fantastic. In 10 minutes, good grief. 190 from CB, also well done. Courtney got 320. Just started a first draft. Awesome. I know you've been in reading mode lately. Welcome back to the writing side. It's hopefully going to be me today, although I'm also going to be returning to the sewing side today. But Kat got a cup of coffee. I will absolutely be having a coffee sprint, probably 2 sprints from now. Kate got 105 on a chapter 2 rewrite. Awesome. Sorry, we're making you hungry.
No, not sorry. Breakfast is so important. Go get breakfast. Great.
I eat breakfast because I have to take a couple of pills in the morning. And both of them need food. But other than that, I would forget to do breakfast most times. Whoops, I jumped. There we go. Kate is 0.2 seconds from having soup for breakfast just because that's what you have in the fridge.
There's something very wrong with this statement. Why don't you have cake in your fridge if you're going to have something weird for breakfast?
Counterpoint to that, I'm fairly sure some cultures do have soup for breakfast.
Oh, I think porridge is common in lots of places, right?
Yeah.
So
porridge is kind of like soup. It's really grainy soup. But some cultures have whole 3-course breakfasts, and some have breakfasts. Wow, were you not going to call me out on that?
On what?
Breakfasts.
It's way too early in the morning to be called out for something like that. We're talking about soup for breakfast, versus cake or porridge, or it's morning. We're all just real glad to be here doing anything productive.
Yeah. And CB had potato waffles for breakfast.
Oh, that sounds really good.
That's great. They do sound amazing. Shadow is here. Shadow, at least half of us in this channel have just woken up, so we're not alone. This was also, so last Tuesday, a week ago today, was the last time that I had an 8 a.m. sprint. And that one was really rough. And then we've just been staying up super late recently, binging TV. So this is the first time I've seen 8 a.m. in a week.
I have also not seen a lot of 8 a.m. because I have been up with the baby. I was last night too, but I got 4 hours sleep between like 9 and 1 a.m. So
nice.
Yeah. So I've been up for hours, but it's still breakfast time.
Yeah. And Shanna's up because of roofers on the roof. Yeah, that'll get you up.
I love it.
It's here to offer moral support for Kate. That's fantastic. And Kate has cheddar chowder, a split pea soup in there, but no cake. I just got back from traveling. Yes, absolutely time to bake.
Definitely.
I cannot bake now. I have too many baked goods in the house and I must consume them before I keep baking. So you can bake in honor of me. Oh my God. And I still have like the brioche buns that were a disaster. But still taste great. They taste good, but that texture is terrible to them. Those need to really be eaten because those don't last long. We made those on New Year's. Let's see.
What's Kate writing? Like, for those of you considering joining the Make Kate Write Army.
Yeah. I want more details.
I do too. I do. But I love that Kate has an army of support. Yeah. So good for you, Brian Brown Eyes.
Kate is going to make potato waffles outside of the UK. Yeah, Brian, get your homework done. Just do it. Oh my God. Don't like pretend that you're just here for Kate. Do your own work.
Stop joining my army. Go write your own thing. Mm-hmm. That's also a really good friend. That's very
I know what CB is talking about with potato waffles. It's actually where you take potatoes and bake them on a waffle maker. You smash them and you put them on a waffle maker. We just got a potato ricer and a Bob Ross waffle maker.
Bob Ross does not have a waffle maker. You're kidding.
He does. It actually puts his face on. I always told Ken that we couldn't get, we got rid of a waffle iron when we moved here because I was like, you use this once a year. We don't need this. We'll just have some damn pancakes. And but he got a Bob Ross waffle maker for Christmas. Wow. And I was like, yes, I will allow this.
Wow. On that note, is it time to write again? Should we do writing?
We should. Well, it's been a while since I've seen Sandy. We got a whole bunch of people chatting, so we're gonna do the 15s today because yeah. Okay, so it is 26 past, and we're gonna go for heaven's sake, if I can find the click point. We're gonna go for 15. So I will see you guys at 41 past, if that math is right. Okay. We are back. I felt like I was productive, but I feel like last time, oh no, I got about 200 words there, I think.
That's good.
Yeah. How about you?
I'm almost at like the part where you press convert.
Nice.
Yeah.
I
Good.
I also made some coffee, and the cats have taken over my room. Ma'am is staring very intently at either you or me right now.
That's funny.
She's very fascinated by that screen.
And you just never know with a cat.
Right?
Yeah, that's... My dog has been like super forlorn. I feel sad for her, because there's like now this baby thing in the house. And I think she, not that we haven't given her tons of toys still or like belly rubs. There's 4 grandparents in my house. There's plenty of people giving her attention.
But yeah, I don't know how things are going to go with these two.
Yeah.
With a baby in the house. Because she's already an attention whore, and now Chonk is becoming one. And I feel like if I continue working from home, my entire life might actually be cat tending.
Mm-hmm.
Mom, love us because something else is getting more attention than us, but not from you.
Yeah, because Dad's not paying enough attention anymore.
Yeah.
So what the?
Yeah.
I hear that. When is Dad's baby due?
The 9th.
Whoa.
Yeah, like any second now.
That baby's coming soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, like Kat's here full time now because, if she goes into labor, it's just better if she's here than at her place. So, yeah, it's a whole thing. But anyways, Greg got 164 words. Awesome. Elizabeth always trounces everybody else. She got 531 words. Shadow didn't do any writing because you were complaining to your partner about the roofers. I know that one. Yeah. I feel like that's a part of anything like that. You just gotta complain about it. Like, it's gonna get done, but also this is terrible and I hate everything. I also made myself a cup of coffee. Oops. So I was kind of productive. Hopefully I will be more productive in the next spread. Also, just because I have to put like a name on a chapter because, there's got to be some sort of a label on it. This one is currently called Everybody Was Verbally Fighting. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I have a writing related question for you guys. I have a I guess a spelling question. You want to hear it?
Yes.
Of course we do. So this is my current spelling dilemma. Is it acknowledgements or acknowledgements? Actually, let me repeat. Let me fix that.
Are you saying with an S or without an S, or with an E or without an E?
With an E or without an E. What do you like better?
I think without an E.
I think so too, except that apparently with an E is also appropriate spelling, and it's not in a sentence. It's like the acknowledgements at the end of the book. So like if I were writing acknowledgement, like he acknowledged or something, then I would be spelling it without. Well, I guess there would be an E there. But if I wrote like just an acknowledgement, say like non-plural in a sentence, I wouldn't put the E. But this is why this comes up. InDesign corrects it and changes it so it should have an E, or at least one of my programs, might not be InDesign, so that it should have an E if it's plural as a header. Like it doesn't correct it anywhere else, only changes it in a header. Does that make sense? Or like, is what I'm saying making sense? Because I think this is really wonky.
Um, I'm looking through my books now to find a book that has an acknowledgement in it. Okay, so I have the Dew Breakers.
Okay.
The Dew Breaker, excuse me. It is traditionally published. It is from, I feel like Vintage is now part of one of the major publishing houses. It is a book that has like a whole bunch of awards and everything. The author is technically Haitian, but it was published in the US. She lives in the US now. And she spells it without an E.
Yeah, no, I think it's common to spell it without an
Yeah.
E in American English. And I think it might not be as common outside.
Kate also says that in the Poppy War, it is without an E. So I'm going to call shenanigans on InDesign.
Here's what Grammarly, well, it might not be InDesign. I've been confused because my programs aren't consistent with this. Here's what Grammarly says. Basically, it's utterly confusing. Number 4, an expression of gratitude or respect would. So, like, if you scroll here, I should like screenshot this because this is like insane.
You
Like
can
it has
share
both.
it, right?
It has both. Yes, I can. Well, yes, I can do that. I think.
Yeah, I'll just bump my share, but that's okay.
Um,
I like Greg's idea. What about recognitions to avoid the issue?
I like that idea too. I mean, because what on earth? So that there's our problem. Is that it appears as though they are both correct.
Yes.
I can't handle that kind of like thing.
I'm gonna agree with that statement. Do they even distinguish between whether it's more common in British or American English? Because usually you at least get that.
Yeah, apparently in the US, most people ditch the I like this, but that's hard from a hard and fast. That's far from a hard and fast rule. So chances are you'll see both.
Yeah.
Regardless of where you're reading, right? So in other words, this is one of those words where like you could include the E, you could not include the E. Almost for sure the person reading it who notices will notice that it's wrong. Wrong from like what they like seeing. It's not wrong because none of them are wrong. And if you're a little neurotic, like what the hell?
I feel like the good news on this is we at least have between 2 books, 2 authors, I'm sure 2 different publishing houses, a consensus that no E is acceptable.
Yeah. Okay. So now extra issue. I think I included the E in the Sisters of the Perilous Heart book. This is the sequel. So now what do I do?
Yeah, Kat, I blame Kat for pointing this out.
Right.
As you were saying that popped up. No, you absolutely have to do it exactly how it was in Sisters of the Perilous Heart. Yeah. You're locked into that E forever now. Forever.
I know, right? For like the rest of my life, it's always going to be there.
Yes. That E will be there for you. Okay, let's go ahead and do our next sprint. We are going to do another 15 again. It is 51 past, so we will see you guys at 6 past. Okay, we are back. It looks like Sandy stepped away for a moment. Oh no, she's there.
I'm back. I'm
She's
here.
back.
Doing the thing.
And we were joined by Jacqueline in that break in that sprint. So thank you for joining, Jacqueline. How far did you get, Sandy?
I had to go change a baby diaper. I got that far.
That's life.
That's not totally true. I did at least get to open my my ebook, and it looks surprisingly good. Like it looks surprisingly good. I'm pleased.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm fighting with the nano site. I'm trying to use it, and oh no! I see what's going on. It didn't count the last set of words that I did.
I love that you're fighting with it because you're trying to use it.
Yeah. This stupid flippin' site. There we go. It was still using yesterday's numbers, even though it was today. So it was telling me that I had written like 23,000 or 2,300 words today, and I haven't. I've written 528 words. I wrote 242 on that sprint. I should be doing better, but I'm not, and that's okay. And it looks like everybody's a little bit distracted right now because Kat is still messaging her sister, and I had to deal with an actual cat fight during that sprint. It was a whole mess. Elizabeth,
actual cat fight.
social media. I feel like that is something that I needed to have sprints specifically for as well. Yeah, Shadow, that nano site. Like, I feel like this is not something that needs to be refreshed every day, but it does. I don't know. We do our best with it. Like, I want these features to work, and they kind of work. They just could work better.
Now I'm looking at my ebook and trying to decide what things I need to do to fix it.
Well, you want it to look like the first book in the series.
Yeah, I do. The first book in the series, I did from Scrivener, so it was like a big, huge pain in the butt, like huge. This one I'm doing from InDesign, so it doesn't have to be as big of a pain if I figure out how to convert properly.
But you have to figure that out.
I have to figure that out. Yeah.
And yeah, that is why I'm going to do one last whirl with Word for designing a paperback, just so that at least well, no, you know what? I say that as though I don't have 2 more dang books in this series that I'm probably also going to have to put in print. We'll see. We'll see what I do with these last 2 books. They're novellas, but I guess they should still be printed, right?
Yeah.
Or
you could like save them for a like an anthology type thing.
Well, yeah, I could. I don't know. I'm also still like trying to work out what I'm supposed to do with box sets, because with the 4 books in this series, I hadn't thought about this before, and it's weird that it's not talked about that much on like 50 books, 20 books, excuse me, or anything like that. But if I did a 4-book box set, these books are priced at $4 a pop. So I feel like I wouldn't want to go any cheaper than like $12 on that box set, like buy 4 or buy 3 get 1 free. If I go over $10 for the price of the box set, it flips me down to the 35% royalties, and I lose half of my royalties.
Oh no, that cannot happen.
Yeah, and like I feel like the appropriate box set would have these 2 novellas in it, which would be well over $20 then. Yeah, so I I don't know how people are going about doing their box sets. I don't know if they're just like bargain pricing them or what. And like I see a lot of box sets in like paranormal romance and stuff like that, but also these look like they tend to be books that are, 99-cent books to begin with. So yeah. And like I feel like I absolutely have to have a box set. I feel like that is where I'm going to make money, but also I don't want to I want to still make money.
Yeah, no,
I want it to be priced reasonably.
you don't want people being like, oh, you can get these books really super cheap.
Yeah.
That's no good. I've not done a box set, so I don't know what the answer to this is. But I feel like this is something that should be talked about on the 20 books page. Like there should be.
Yeah. I see a reference. I feel like I've seen like 2 conversations about it, and that is about it. When I finish my Shifter series, which that'll just be that hard 4 books, because if I go any further with it, it's going to jump to a different series within the verse. If I do that, which I probably won't, because literally nobody is buying that series. So it hasn't been touched in months, but for that one, I'll absolutely go ahead and do a box set, because they're not selling and I've got them priced at $2.99 anyways. So
why not?
Yeah. So for those, they're $12 usually. I can mark that box set as, I'll probably even do $9, not even $10, and like whatever sales I get, great. But for this one, I don't want it to go that cheap.
I've been having a weird pricing issue too. I need to figure out what to price my little memoir at. My 300-page memoir. I was gonna price it like a self-published book, right? But if you price that kind of thing like a self-published book, it looks like a self-published book. It doesn't look like this is a weird problem, because in the young adult genre, pricing is low. Like books much larger are $8.99. In the romance genre, books much larger are $2.99 or $3.99. But in nonfiction, books smaller than mine are like $12.99. And it's just real weird. Like it really makes you, it gives you this sort of like, wow, I need pricing help in a serious way. My mother-in-law suggested pricing it at $16.99. And I was like, $16.99? That seems like really high. But
that's traditional publishing rates right there.
Yeah, right. But that's the thing. That's what I usually compare. I don't know. It's strange. I think she might not be wrong. I think that might be. I mean, she's coming at it from a reader perspective, right? So if that's what's normal, but isn't that like a strange issue to be like, oh, yes. I think that's much too high. I don't think I should be getting that much money from my book. I should definitely not be getting that much money from the book. It's weird.
I also definitely am coming from the perspective of like, well, I certainly can't go above $3.99. So
yeah, right. And are you doing the Brian Cohen ad challenge again this January?
I am, because I absolutely suck at Amazon ads, and I got to figure out what the hell is going on. So I'm going to keep doing it. I cannot get ads to go. I can't get them to wake up. I'm losing money on ads right now, but I'm only losing like 10 cents a day on ads, because I can't even get the clicks to actually, do anything. So I don't know.
I would consider doing it if I weren't already like a little bit exhausted. But I think there was a webinar at some point for him where he sort of talked about pricing for self-published books, or one of his experts did, and he said that pricing should be low, like significantly lower than traditionally published books. But then, like, at what point do you make yourself look self-published because you're pricing your book so low? I don't know.
It's terrible. That's also, again, why I stopped doing $2.99 on this series
Mhm.
because I feel like $2.99 absolutely signals to anybody who has any knowledge whatsoever that you are self-published and you probably are just doing anything you can to make a sale as opposed to like actually working to make that book better.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's weird.
And that like nobody was buying your book at a higher price, so therefore you dropped it all the way down as low as you could.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It is 1:15, so let's go ahead and do our next sprint. We are going to go for 15 minutes, and that's going to take us to 31 past.
Okay. We're back, right?
Sentence. Okay. And that was the button. Okay. Did you get some work done?
I'm EPUB converting, so everything feels complex right now. You know what I mean? Like that, like, oh shoot, there's this one thing. Oh wait, there's this one other thing.
Is that something that you do in design, or do you still have to use Caliber for that?
Well, I'm trying to make it so that I don't have to use Caliber for very much. That'd be the ideal.
Yes.
But there's a lot. Damn it.
Yeah, I'm still gonna have to do Caliber at least for now because Affinity is only paper products. But I really don't mind Caliber, and the more I fuss with everything, and like I use both Kindle and other reading programs, and the more like I pay attention to how everything else looks on them, the more I'm like, it doesn't matter what software you use because the readers are so inconsistent that it's impossible to have everything look how you want it to, no matter where you are.
You're totally right. There's that is actually one of the things I'm dealing with is like the InDesign conversion is really incredibly pretty in Caliber, which reads HTML really nicely, you know?
Yes.
So like you get this like beautiful thing that looks exactly like you wanted it to look. And then you realize that actually like that Garamond font is not going to translate. It's not coming over to Amazon.
Yeah.
So
And that's the thing is that like, first of all, I feel like Kindle is absolutely the worst, which I guess it's because they're Mobi instead of EPUB. But like, there are so many weird issues with that. But then the flip side is that Kindle is the only one I've seen that will actually use embedded fonts.
Really? I didn't know Kindle used it.
Yeah, I have two other. I have the Google Play reader, and I've got Overdrive, and neither of those will take embedded fonts. Obviously, they just ditch it and they don't use it. It's not like they count it as an error, but they don't do that. But then the flip side of that, again, is that Kindle will not read transparencies in images. So if you are using your Kindle for any color other than white on your screen, which Sandy, you know that I read on a black screen, every single graphic is jacked up on Kindle. The closest you can get, so if you are using, just so you guys know, if you are using, and like I feel like people forget a lot that like with other people using like reading your book, they might have a different color screen. They might be like me and be using the dyslexic font on it. There are like so many things that can change. The size of it can change drastically. But for any sort of decorative images that you put in, that if it's white, it lays flat and pretty and all of that. If it's on a black screen, either you've got a white box with your little divider or whatever in it, or, so that is if you use a ping. If you use a static GIF in there, it will do the transparency, but it will be in a white box.
So like for mine, I have these icons at the top. So you're saying like my like little black icons are going to show up as like little white icons in a little, or little black icons in a little white box, as long as they're JPEGs.
Yeah, they're going to look exactly like they would if you save them as a JPEG.
That's annoying.
Yeah. And like the thing is that with other e-readers, usually I look in Overdrive, which of course reads EPUBs and not Mobi, So all of my graphics are gorgeous in Overdrive.
Yeah.
All of my books are
Not so
Amazon
much.
exclusive.
Yeah. Oh, that's really obnoxious, actually.
It is.
Yeah. I'm trying to find. So here are some other like random things that come up with like the whole EPUB conversion thing, especially from something like InDesign, which is a good reason to just work in freaking Calibre and like do it easy. Anytime that you've like forced a page break, like you have it in InDesign or Affinity Publisher, and your whole point is to make it look pretty on like the publishing page or the in the printed page. But so to do that, you like put in extra breaks here and there to even things out. Okay, well then like the EPUB doesn't easily take those out.
It doesn't. No.
You just end up with small errors.
Once I get that first, like once I get it to the point where it is publishable, I just make 2 separate files, and then every single time I do any edits on it,
you edit both.
I have to edit both of them. And the last time I tried to do that, I had some crazy error where it wouldn't compare documents properly, which always compare documents only kind of works because they are drastically different documents between what's going to be an EPUB and what's going to be a PDF. But it just like it wouldn't even mark the things that were changes. So it's just really frustrating. But
yeah, that is quite frustrating. I was gonna add something to that. I don't know what it is. It'll come back to me with another complaint, I'm sure.
Also, just so you guys know, just I'm just gonna put it out there and save y'all a whole lot of heartache with it. When you are making your ebooks, don't put a drop cap in. Do not put a drop cap in.
Why not? I always put drop caps in. I love drop caps.
Have you ever looked at what your drop caps look like on anything other than Calibre and Kindle?
I'm about to look.
Because they are always a raging shit show. on particularly on Overdrive, but they don't look great on Play either. Okay, so really quickly we'll go through this. CB got 9 words and did some FaceTiming. Shadow got 63 words. Elizabeth spent the sprint writing most of a blog post. Awesome. For some reason, blog posts always take me like 12 hours to do. So I'm glad that you wrote most of a blog post there. The dyslexic font is it's a font that is weighted. So if you just look up, it's called Open Dyslexic is what usually is used. I am not actually dyslexic. It does help me read, but I'm not. It just is. It's just weighted, so it makes it faster for me to read it. But you can. I feel like you can use it on a lot of different things. Just the only time it helps me is if I am actually reading like massive walls of text, like a book. But yeah, it's all over the place. And certainly any sort of word processing that you're doing, you can use that font. And also, yeah, I don't know about phones. But it is anywhere that you can change the font. You should have some sort of a dyslexic friendly font. Oh yeah, CB, you're trying to get your birthday party planned.
Yay, birthday parties.
Yeah, and thanks goodness it's in September of 2022 because I feel like
you've got lots of time.
That we will have found our new normal by then.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Right?
Yeah.
Were you able to pull up your drop caps on other stuff? What program is that?
That's Kindle.
Yeah, they look fine in Kindle.
But they don't look fine anywhere else.
No, I don't.
That sucks.
I probably don't have a good example of it, but like the last book I saw. So the last book I saw was um These Violent Delights, which came from a major publishing house that I borrowed through my library. So it was on overdrive. And it literally left like a blank line below the drop cap. So like the two lines that were next to the drop cap, it was also only two lines instead of three next to the drop cap, which I thought was weird. But it looked like they were their own separate paragraph. Like there was a paragraph break in between.
Yeah. I mean, there are some wonky things that can happen with that, and I think I just let the wonky happen on some of those and don't worry about it.
That's fair too. You could certainly do that.
Because drop caps can create problems for you in for other reasons. Like they can be oh my gosh, I'm so tired right now.
Drop caps just cause a lot of problems. I just always go with
something normal.
Yeah. I go with small caps.
I'm sure a smart way to do this.
Yeah, those absolutely cause zero problem.
Yeah, those are fine.
Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and do one more sprint.
Yes.
We will go ahead and do a 15 again. And then it'll give us just enough time to do a little bit of outro. So we will see you guys at just shy of the hour. Okay. We are back, and that was our final sprint. Unfortunately, Coffee, you joined us a little bit too late. But tomorrow, no, I'm sorry, on Thursday, my sprints are at 10 a.m. Eastern, not 8 a.m. Eastern. So on Thursday, join us at about this time, and we will be just about to get going. I feel like this is every show, though. It's so hard to get these schedules worked out right so that it works for everybody.
Yeah, that's the truth. Now I'm messing around with drop caps. I'm never going to be happy with this. Ooh. Oh, yeah, I can create all kinds of problems this way. Oh.
With drop caps?
Yeah.
Yeah, drop caps. I only use drop caps in print books because obviously a PDF is a PDF is a PDF.
Oh, you would think. I have a PDF printing right now where like the Amazon proof shows letters in the dedication. And then in the print book, the letters just don't print.
Oh.
Yup.
Oh, that is weird and irritating.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Cat is
hey, why not? There's a lot of people who do planners.
Cat is doing planners. I guess everybody's usually about planners. It's that time of year. Not my thing. I wrote 366 words there though, and I'm at 1279 for the day. So I am at a good start.
That's very good.
Yeah.
That's a lot of planning.
Yes. And Elizabeth wrote much of another blog post. Yay.
You guys hear that screaming in the background?
I don't. Do you have screaming in the background?
I do. It's not the dog, it's the baby.
I currently have cat paws shooting under my doors because one of the cats is all wound up right now. And so like I tried to let her in the room earlier and it's been bad. CB got $13.94 for the day. That is fantastic.
Courtney is finishing book 2 of your series and
Yay. Let's see. And shout out is messing around with that font. It is. It's like I don't know if you've got any reading issues. I don't have like any reading issues. It's never been like a big problem for me, but I read so much better with that dyslexic font. I don't know. Okay, so Coffee just asked about our schedule. Coffee, I stream 5 days a week. I am 4 of those on Twitch, but I guess I can put all 5. There's no reason not to put a regular sprints on Twitch as well. So Coffee, my schedule is crazy though. We stream Mondays 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern. Tuesdays in this time slot, of course, 8 to 10. Wednesdays, we are 8 to 10 p.m., so that's night sprints. And then that 10 to noon on Thursday and 8 to 10 a.m. on Friday. It's
by we, you mean your schedule is crazy. My schedule is slightly less crazy. I don't think I could keep up with yours.
No, Sandy is whenever she shows up because she has a new baby.
I'm joking with you. I actually think the new schedule is phenomenal. I think that it's great that you're doing a ton of these. You know, like they're all over the place, and that means anybody can join for writing time.
Also, so if this makes it make any more sense, I used to do Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays at 8 a.m. And then I decided to add a night sprint, and that's 8 p.m. on Wednesday, which of course was like way too late for me to then get up and do an 8 a.m. on Thursday. And that's Thursday's that weird 10 to 12. There's a logic behind it. It's just insane. And then I also on Twitch just pop up randomly for either my gaming and writing sprints where I do a bit of gaming and then do a writing sprint. And then today I'll actually be quilting from 1 to 3 on Twitch, and also on my personal YouTube channel, which is Chloe Alice Balkin.
Yay for quilting. What kind of quilt are you making today, Chloe?
This is the One Block Wonder that
I
am doing out of this most ridiculous fabric ever.
So if you wanted to
cannot
make
stress enough that when I was debating on fabrics, I asked my very masculine male roommate which fabric to get, and he said this one.
Well, he's still the cat dad, you know.
He is absolutely a cat dad. But yeah, so that is going to be 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. today. Is this going to be me setting up fabric to quilt with and talking a bit about One Block Wonder quilts? And it'll just be kind of a nice ASMR for whoever is just wanting to watch amusing stuff while they hopefully get actual work done.
So this is the schedule currently in the description? Did you say that? I'm experiencing sleepiness.
It is not currently in the description because everything has been so up in the air lately between holidays and getting it settled and all of that. So I haven't gotten that far yet. I probably should.
No, I think, I mean, basically what you could do if you wanted to know when the next video is you could subscribe to our channel.
You could also do that on Word Stretch. And that schedule is, I'm pretty new to Twitch and I don't understand where this info goes, but that schedule is posted. Like, it is my schedule on Twitch, other than that, like, extra whenever I'm quilting or gaming. I just don't honestly know how to access that as a viewer, as opposed to the person who made that schedule. Twitch is a weird place and I don't get it yet.
So we all need to learn. Okay. Yeah. Cool. I don't have anything other than that in terms of outros. I am too tired for outros today.
Yeah.
Good luck with writing, everybody, today.
Yes. Good luck with writing. You know where to find me. All of our stuff is below. And yeah, I'll be back in a couple hours, and I'll be back tomorrow evening for more writing.
I might be back later in the week.
Sandy will be here whenever. Oh, thank you. Kat just said for the Twitch watchers, when you aren't live, go to your channel and there is a tab that says schedule. Perfect. Okay, so when this show ends, you'll be able to see my schedule then, but not during my show.
Yeah. Thanks for watching wherever you're watching from. We appreciate the motivation. It's fun.
Yes. So yeah, we'll see you guys later. Thanks for joining.
All right. Bye.
Bye.